Sikhism has more than 20 million followers around the world. There are nearly 500,000 of us in the UK. It was founded in the region of the Punjab in South Asia more than 500 years ago by a man called Guru Nanak. He was the first of the 10 Gurus, our spiritual leaders. Through their teachings, we believe there is only one God, who is worshipped by people of all religions. We call God Waheguru. Waheguru is a name for God, which we should repeat every day and night and wherever we are, whenever we are. It means the Great One, the Master. Waheguru is just the King of Kings. I do think God listens to people when they pray. No matter how deep the problem or how silly the question or something, he'll always be there to listen. The holiest place in the world for Sikhs is the Harmandir Sahib in the Punjab in India. We call it the Golden Temple. When I was in year 2, I went to the Golden Temple with my family. When I first saw it, it was amazing. It's absolutely stunning. It's decorated in pure gold and it's a lovely place to be. It's more or less every Sikh's dream to go there once in their lifetime. Just like the Golden Temple, everyone is welcome at the Gurdwara, the Sikh place of worship back at home. We believe everyone is equal in the eyes of God. Boys don't get treated any different from girls. Like, my parents don't treat me any different from my brother.
What is all the best?
What about your dad?
When I'm told to do something, it isn't just like, oh, because you're the girl, you have to stay in the kitchen, you have to cook, you have to clean. My brother helps out, my dad helps out and everything, so I just find it really nice to be treated equally. Otherwise, I just wouldn't be like as happy as I am, I think. At the Gurdwara, everyone sits together to pray and eat. Sharing food and serving others is a massive part of Sikhism. We love to volunteer. When I do a bit to help others and do so, it makes me feel very spiritual and content, and then it kind of makes you feel a bit more of a happy kind of person. Everything we know about Sikhism can be found in the Holy Scriptures, the Guru Granth Sahib. We respect the Guru Granth Sahib like a human teacher, an eternal living Guru. It contains the wisdom of all the Sikh Gurus in history, as well as the teachings of people from other religions. It's got all the teachings of all the 10 Gurus throughout their lifetimes in the Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So we won't ever have another Guru apart from Guru Granth Sahib Ji because he is the eternal Guru.
As a young boy, Nanak had big dreams of what the world might be like without all the fighting he saw around him. People in his village and the surrounding villages were always arguing about what God was like and whose ideas were right. Nanak was fed up with it all. He wondered if there was a better way to live. And so, Nanak started spending time with the holy men who lived in the forest just outside his village, talking with them about God, thinking deeply about what they said, and writing poetry. Nanak's father, however, thought this was a silly idea and wanted his son to be rich and successful. When he was a boy, he sent him to the market to buy goods to sell to others to make a profit. But on the way to the market, Nanak saw some people who were poor and realized they needed the money more than he did, so he gave it away. On another occasion, Nanak was sleeping under a tree in the forest near his home. Nanak always told people that even when he was sleeping, he was with God. The sun moved high into the sky as the day wore on, and Nanak was in danger of being burned by the rays of the sun. As Nanak continued to sleep, a cobra slid out of the forest and drew itself up tall, flaring its neck hood wide. But instead of striking Nanak, it used its hood to provide shade for the sleeping boy. People in the village began to realize that Nanak was a very special boy indeed. As time went by, Nanak grew up, got married, and had a family of his own, 2 sons whom he loved dearly. But he hadn't forgotten the dreams of a peaceful world that he had had as a boy, and so, early each morning, he would go down to the river near his home to meditate and bathe. It was his favorite part of the day. But one day, something happened to him here that would change his life forever. Nanak had gone down to the river to meditate and bathe as usual. As was his custom, he undressed, left his clothes in a neat pile, and plunged into the deep, refreshing water. But after a few moments, Nanak didn't reappear to scrub himself clean as he usually did. Several minutes went by, and still there was no sign of him. The other bathers in the river began to panic and alerted Nanak's family. They searched everywhere, along the riverbank, in the woods, anywhere they could think of where he might have gone. After 2 days had gone by, his family feared that he might have drowned. Everyone in the village was sad. They all loved Nanak because he was kind, honest, and good. But early on the 3rd morning after his disappearance, something amazing happened. Right next to the place where Nanak's family had found his clothes in a neat pile, the water in the river rippled, then stirred. And to everyone's surprise, Nanak emerged from the same spot where he had plunged deep under the water. But Nanak wasn't the same. His eyes were shining brightly and his face was filled with joy. People were overjoyed to see him alive and well, healthier and happier in fact than they had ever seen him before. But they were puzzled, because Nanak didn't seem to want to tell them anything about what had happened during the 3 days he was missing. However, Nanak's actions during that time spoke louder than any words. He gave up his well-paid job and shared out all his belongings amongst the poorest people of the village. When Nanak finally did speak again, he explained that while he was in the river, he had seen a vision of God, and that God had given him a message for everyone. Nanak wanted to share it with as many people as possible. He made 4 long journeys and took the message that God had given him everywhere he went. As time went by, people started to call Nanak Guru, which means teacher. Guru Nanak's message was that God has made everything and that he sees everyone as equals. God loves everyone. It doesn't matter to him what they look like or how much money they have or whether they are a girl or a boy or whether they're old or young. God wants people to live their lives peacefully with each other as he intended. This message was the truth that Nanak had been searching for all his life.
Survey ship Pantheon, orbiting planet, Earth, dominant life form, human, belief system, Various. More information required. Scanning for samples. Welcome to Survey Ship Pantheon. Our mission is to investigate the culture of your planet, and you have been selected to represent your belief system. Please state your name.
Baldeep Kaur.
Religion.
Sikh.
Holy book.
Guru Granth Sahib.
Holy building.
The Gurdwara, but some people call it the Sikh temple.
Symbol.
The Khanda.
You will now be asked a series of questions from the categories on screen. You have 30 of your Earth seconds to provide a satisfactory answer to each one. Failure to comply will result in matter dispersal. Are you ready?
Yes?
Stand by. Choose the first category.
God.
What do you believe about God?
We believe there is one God and he is known by different names. Most Sikhs would often refer to him as Vaheguru, the glorious Guru, the one that will help you to understand the world. Others would refer to him as Satguru or Rab. We learn about him and his qualities through the beginning of the Guru Granth Sahib in something called the Mool Mantar. I'm referring to him as a him, but he has no gender, he has no form, he created the whole world, he's within us, he's everywhere. Life after death.
What do you believe will happen to humans after death?
All Sikhs believe that we have a soul called the Atma that originated from Vaheguru, and the aim of our life is for that soul to merge back with Vaheguru. How that happens is based on our actions. We call them karam, and often we understand it as karma. This basically means if you do lots of good actions, then in your next life, your soul will be reborn into a new body, which will have less challenges than you had in this life. But if you did bad things, then you have more challenges in the next life. Beginnings.
How did your religion begin?
The religion began in the Punjab region, which is in Pakistan and India today, by someone called Guru Nanak Dev Ji in the early 1500s. He was born into a Hindu family, but he had friends from lots of different walks of life and different religions, and he really preached about equality and bringing people together. One day he went to have his normal bath in the river, but disappeared for 3 days, and when he re-emerged, he said there is no Hindu or Muslim, basically saying there's no difference between us and we should treat each other nicely, and all the other gurus followed on the same message until he went into the holy book, the Guru Granth Sahib. Everyday life.
How does your religion affect everyday life?
There are three main principles. One is Nam Japana, so that's reciting God's name and appreciating Him in everything, and there are 5 daily prayers which most Sikhs do. There is also Kirtana, earning a living by honest means, so no cheating, no lying. There is also Vanshakana, which is sharing everything you have. Sikhs believe in equality and that everyone is equal. You can see this in the Gurdwara, where there is the langar, which is the free community kitchen that everyone can go to eat in. All the food there is vegetarian. A lot of Sikhs are vegetarian like me, but you don't have to, it's personal choice. Festivals.
What is the most important festival in your religion?
Baisakhi. This was started by the 10th and the final Guru, Guru Gobind Singh. It was at time of harvest, so there was a festival then anyway. A lot of Sikhs had congregated at this time. Guru Gobind Singh had given everyone the opportunity to stand up for their faith and to become committed to it, because there was a lot of persecution at the time. 5 Sikhs took this opportunity, and today you can see that in Gurdwaras as well, where other people decide to become initiated into the religion. It is known as the birth of the Khalsa, the community of the pure. Rite of passage.
What is the Amrit ceremony?
The Amrit ceremony is where Sikhs would want to show that they're committed to the faith would take the sugary sweet water, which is called Amrit. It was started by Guru Gobind Singh at the birth of the Khalsa in 1699. Sikhs would go to the Gurdwara and take part in this ceremony to show they belong to the faith, after which they would make sure they keep the 5 Ks, the Kes, the uncut hair, the Kashera, the shorts, the Kirpan, the small sword, the Ganga, the small comb, the Kara, the steel bangle, and they may also take the surname Singh or Kaur, depending if they're male or female. Random.
Why do Sikhs carry a knife?
Only those Sikhs who have been initiated into the Khalsa would carry the knife, which is known as the kirpan. It symbolises fighting all types of injustices. At that time, in 1699 and in that era, a lot of Sikhs and non-Sikhs were being persecuted for their various beliefs. So Sikhs were defending not only themselves, but everyone else, especially those that could not defend themselves. Today it will be used as a sign to fight all types of injustices, whether they're social, political or violent.
Thank you. Your answers are satisfactory. Matter dispersal beams powering down. You will now be returned to Earth, human. Goodbye.
Thank you, bye!
Oh, Nanak, I wish I could come with you. This is one journey we all must make alone, Mardana. At least I'll be here to bury your body.
Hey, my father was born a Hindu. We cremate the body.
Look, tonight you Muslims lay flowers on my left side, Hindus on the right. Whichever flowers remain fresh in the morning, they will tell you what is to be done. He died in that inky blackness just before dawn, when the air is like nectar. He was born at that hour as well. I grew up in the same village as Nanak, so I often heard tell how the stars sang at his birth. Maybe that was why Nanak loved to sing. I could always see God's light in his eyes. And so could his sister, Nanaki. But not everyone could see it.
Do you want to be late on your first day?
Can't I go to school, Papa?
You're a girl.
Hi. So can I go?
You're a Muslim, Mardana. This is a school for Hindu boys. Nanak! Stop! They are untouchables!
I only want to learn about God.
Nanak!
Let Nanak teach us.
On the paper of faith, with the pen of your heart, write the thoughts God inspires you to think. Oh. You write what I tell you to write. Out!
Nanak! Doing nothing again.
I'm trying to understand God.
We are Hindus. Many gods show us the way.
No, only one. He, though God, is not male or female.
Empty words. Now I have a word for you. Work!
Papa!
Shh! You can look after my cows.
Nanak loved his work, even when he grew up. It allowed him to think about God, which he never stopped doing, just as he never stopped driving his father crazy.
Nanak!
Father, I was thinking, all the things we do wrong, God forgives us.
He'd better, because I won't. You have let my cows ruin a poor man's crop.
How will I feed my children or pay my rent, sir?
You lazy, worthless boy!
It's a miracle. Kalu, Nanak has been touched by God.
Ha!
Why has God done my work? Because he wants me to do his?
Nanak?
Heaven is calling me.
What kind of God would ask you to leave your wife, your 2 babies?
A God who says we should not put our own needs at the center of our lives.
How do you know what God says?
I look into my heart, Sulakshmi.
Don't go. With you I feel like I'm queen of the whole world.
I will think of you every day. Every day you shall be queen.
I went with him. Well, how could he make his hymns without me to make the music? We went first to his sister Nanaki in Sultanpur. Her husband found Nanak a job as a storekeeper, but he gave away food to the poor.
Oh, no.
Thank you.
With God's help.
This must be what God chose you for.
Is it?
Nanak thought about God all the time. In the morning, in the inky blackness just before dawn, he would go to the river to pray. Nanak, where are you?
It is time for you to begin the work for which you were born. Go, Nanak. Spread love. Glorify my name. Destroy hypocrisy.
Nanaki, it's been 3 days.
He can't be dead.
Be merciful as I am merciful. My name is God, and you are my divine Guru. God is neither Hindu nor Muslim. So whose path shall I follow? I shall follow God's path.
So Nanak followed God's path, from India to Arabia to Persia.
Truth above all. Above truth, truthful conduct. If you do something, do it well. Do not cheat. Do not lie.
When I heard there was a holy man in town, I had my servants prepare a feast.
Will you share my bread?
Did you earn your bread by honest work?
Yes.
Eat my food, Guru.
Your bread is earned by the blood of those who do your work for you. He who eats what he earns by hard work and gives with his own hand, he alone knows the true way of life. You know you can't take your money with you, but you can take your good deeds. Feed the hungry, clothe the naked, house the poor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Go on.
Thank you.
Hi. She's an untouchable. Now you will have to purify yourself.
Because I touched her? God made her, and God's spark is in her.
We weren't the only people traveling from nation to nation in those days. The armies of the powerful Emperor Babur were advancing through India, bringing fear and panic wherever they went. Even Nanak was taken prisoner.
This king is a butcher. Cruelty is his knife. Mercy has fled into the night. A lion falling upon helpless children. All this slaughter, this weeping, does it not move you? You do not fight fair, Emperor. God has seen what you have done here today.
Have mercy on me, man of God.
Then show mercy.
The emperor did. He set free 1,000 prisoners that day.
Mardana, why has God set me free?
So that you can go on spreading his word.
Actions speak louder than words. I have told the world how to live. Now, I must show them.
So Nanak created a village, a place in which everyone's bread brought forth milk, not blood. And he called the place Kartarpur, Creator's town. And when the fields were gold with the first harvest, he brought our families to Kartarpur.
At last.
Where shall we sit?
Here.
Here? I'm their Guru's father.
We are all children of the same father. Man or woman, rich or poor, Hindu or Muslim.
What do you think?
This place is like the ocean.
The ocean?
The fish does not understand how great the sea is. But without it, he will die. The people here do not understand how great God is.
But without him, they would die. Wonderful words, Tripta.
Your son's words.
I think I have been a fool. Nanak also said, the things we do wrong, God forgives us. I hope he is right. Of course he is right. He is the Guru. I'm the old fool.
The time came for Nanak and me to grow old. Nanak had been chosen to speak God's words, to teach his truths. Now God chose again. Lana would be God's Guru, would speak God's words when Nanak had gone. He died in that inky blackness just before dawn, when the air is like nectar. We laid the flowers just as he had told us to, Muslims on the left, Hindus on the right. When dawn broke, every bloom was as fresh as if it had just been picked. But Nanak was not there. What fools we were! Hadn't Nanak told us long ago, there is no Hindu, no Muslim, only God's path laid out before us, waiting for us to tread it, carrying us home.